Hello and welcome! Silrace here with some World of Tankies, and we are on the Ruinberg on fire version of it. I guess the people at Wargaming decided that there is not enough orange in this game, so they just wanted to recolor a map to be entirely orange, so they came up with Ruinberg on fire. I don't much like it myself, it's a little too weirdo looking in all honesty, but hey, I'll play it. At least it's a little different than, well, running Ruinberg all the time anyway. Tank in question today is KV-5. Well, I recently uploaded the KV-4 video, so I decided, well, let's play the other big KV. And this is the other big KV I happen to have. And both of these replays will be on Ruinberg on fire. For some reason I have two of the replays around, so I'll use both of them. KV-5 is, well, in essence better armored KV-4. It has a couple massive weak points though in the armor, like the rear armor for example is better than the KV-4's rear armor. But most of this armor is entirely flat, and the little tiny turret at the front where the radio operator sits, some people call it the R2-D2 thingamajig. Anyways, it is kinda weak and people just will shoot at it and your radio operator is dead in every single game you happen to be playing. But whatever. Here I can actually hide that radio operator turrets behind the building from these guys, so that's what I'm doing here. And I'm leading the charge. As for the KV-5 itself, because of Siege of Leningrad, this thing never actually had even a prototype of it built. It was a project which got cancelled thanks to due to the Siege of Leningrad. So yeah, so I am here, and I have a T-25/2 to support me up and a couple other things down here. So what am I doing on this side of the map in a heavy tank? Because sometimes you just want to do something a little different. So I figured, well, let's go there in a KV-5, and here, artillery, hey, have this shot, thank you. The cupola, well, which is the observation device on top of the turret, is actually not a weak point, and I'm really surprised the Borsig managed to penetrate it. It is really well rounded and whatnot, and it is, well, really hard to penetrate, and yet you see people shooting at it over and over again in many places. They think they can penetrate it, and the fact that this Borsig, this Rheinmetall, managed to get a shot in it is kinda surprising. So now I have a KV-5 in a flanking position. How often can you say that sort of a thing? But unfortunately these things just don't wanna be flanked, they are hiding from my gun. Which isn't quite as scary as the gun you can get on the KV-4, particularly because this is a premium tank after all, so yeah, the premium tanks tend to have worse guns, but obviously they cannot get into tier 10 matches unless you fail platoon with a regular tier 8. Or possibly some other tank which can also get into that kind of games. So, IS-3, here, have another shell, please. Leading the charge, like you saw me doing there down the flank, although I had to hide a little bit thanks to the million tank destroyers who are always on that particular flank on this map. Well, you tend to have people following you around and so on. And here, well, I tend to be aiming at a tank. As you can see, I'm aiming at this T-28 prototype and contemplating whether to even take this shot. And it's like, because there's really no need to. It's gonna die in a sec anyways, and apparently I have not been spotted. So I am going to sit here and just wait the match out. I don't need to take another shot at this point. So let's move on to the second replay of KV-5 on Ruinberg on Orange. And please don't ram into one of these things when you are driving your scout, like you have the maneuverability. You can maneuver around these things. They are slow and they are sluggish. If you ram into one of these in an AMX, you are kind of driving it wrong. So that previous game was an encounter, and now we have a standard battle on our hands. And I'm gonna stop here for a sec because majority of the team is going, you know, on the other side of the map. And now you can shoot through cars and trucks and other things. So I'll take advantage of that, put in a shell at the AMX. And then I'm willing to wait here a little longer to make sure that there is nothing coming through here. And hello, friendly KV-5. I am in a way better position than you are, my friend. And here I didn't even realize that my, you know, I had somehow managed to put on the freaking auto-targeting system. And it's like, oh, goddamn, how did that happen? Oh well, my fault there. Then in general that shot wouldn't have done too much anyway, so now this guy comes out of hiding. Will you give me something to shoot at? Such as that radio, you know, man, cupola at the front. And unfortunately I did a little hasty shot there. I was trying to track the guy. First I think I might want to flank him, but then I'll look at the other side and realize, wait, there is a lot of stuff there which is going to shoot me in the rear if I go flank this KV-5. So I'm just gonna go join this IS-6 to, well, take it on from the front, peek it together with the IS-6 and finish it off. Since there doesn't seem to be anyone at the, you know, E1 corner where typically people are, and that was a really bad shot. I was trying to get to the radio man. Again, the poor radio man is getting punished over and over, thanks to the, well, design of this tank. Hello, there is the radio man shot. Now the IS-6 is poking around. He's doing this poking in a very, well, interesting fashion, I would say. Thinking of taking a shot at that, but I know it won't penetrate ever with this particular gun. That cupola is really, really hard to pan. This guy is down to 1%, so I'm gonna go. This IS-6 should be able to deal with it, I hope. Then I'm a little afraid that he's actually gonna go with me because I start moving, but well, at least he turns around to deal with the KV-5. Why am I gonna go? Because if you look at the scoreboard, we are down tanks. I need to take my armor somewhere where it actually can do something, be effective. In this game we actually have a tier 9 on each team, and somehow my team has a tier 9 artillery as well. Although, well, granted they have 2 artillery pieces. And then this IS-2 is really nice and actually drives out of its cover to give me a proper shot. And I'm turning, as you can see, I'm trying to protect my radio man. As in, that's pretty much the course of the action here. Protect the radio man, keep him alive, and that shot actually hit. The Löwe is taking a little bit of advantage of my side, not too much, but at least a little. And the artillery took that hit before I could finish it up. And hello AMX, would you like a shell? God damn it to you for dodging the shell. Let's go. Now we are winning. I took my gun into a position where I could put in a couple extra shots and finish at least one tank. And then I can start doing things. And here is where I am absolutely missing this guy. No, at least I stop to fire, but I am not going to fire on the move with the KV-5. This thing doesn't hit anyways. Then it gets eaten by the artillery piece. Object 704 is not something I want to just, you know, straight up charge at. But at least there is something smaller here for me to chew up first. Something I don't really have to be too afraid about. I mean, Chiri doesn't pose too much of a threat to KV-5. Especially since all he does is like sit there and actually try to shoot back. And then there is the object 704 and artillery piece, and thankfully the object is not looking my way, but my shots are, well, not good today, seems like, so let's request fire on it and miss another shot. And then I see it, an AMX-12T. Oops. Because we have enough people going after the object and the artillery piece. Let's go get this AMX-12T. If nothing else, let's make sure it doesn't start capping our base and accidentally, lose this game to being capped by a single freaking scout, since no one went back to get it. So I'm gonna go out here a little, and then the AMX-12T actually charges towards the ISU because it's reloading and stuff, and the game is pretty much over while I miss one more shot. Thank you very much for watching, hopefully you enjoyed this, and if not, well, at least this probably wasn't very educational for you, but maybe it was fun.